Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Video number 2 of 2. Earlier on I gave you my Premier League predictions. Yes, we do that every year now. Every year, beginning of the season, we got to give you predictions. That's exactly what I've done earlier today. If you haven't caught that, make sure you catch it here. Before we get into this preview of Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, I want to let you guys know I've started a fantasy Premier League, right? I've started my own league. It's called the YTF League. You guys are free to join. Honestly, what I'm going to do, because I mentioned it in my video earlier on, but you guys seem to struggle with the code, and for some of you it's not working. So what I've done is I have provided a link that will enable you to join immediately in the description. Just click the link and it will take you straight to the league and it will auto join you. So just hit that link and it's done. You don't need to enter any code. You don't need to do anything. Just hit that link in the description. Bob's your uncle. I'll also leave the code in the comment section if you want, just in case you want to do it the hard way. Feel free, I'm not going to stop you. But yeah, got my own league, the YTF League. A lot of you are in it already. Make sure you join if you haven't already, and let's see who's going to come out the victors. Now, at the end of the season, I think I'll do a giveaway. It's only fair to the winner. Maybe the top 3. I'll see what's going on, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, link in the description. Make sure you hit there now. Let's get into it. The first Premier League match preview of the season. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge. Can't wait. Can't wait. And why? Because we are still, sunshine and rainbows, aren't we? We're loving life at Chelsea Football Club. You know what's crazy? I thought, like a couple of days ago, just after we'd won the Super Cup, and I finished the watch long, I'd done the review and all that, and I was heading off to bed and I was thinking, and I was like, you know what? This is crazy. Not that long ago, just a few years ago, I remember the Antonio Kante era and the way it ended, and we were all angry and we were all frustrated and we were all like, oh, this board don't know what they're doing, oh, this manager's not being backed, oh, these players are rubbish, oh, we're never going to win the league again, oh, this is a shambles, oh, but do you remember? And yeah, I was always thinking we got to start doing things right. That way we're back on track and we're competing for things again. Lo and behold, look at this. And let's not even look as far as the Antonio Conte era. Let's look at Frank Lampard and the way that all ended. Do you remember when we lost like game after game after game after game? We lost like Wolves, Everton, and then Arsenal, and that was horrific. We were all like, oh my God, what's going on? This is a joke. Lo and behold, now we're European champions. We are the Super Cup winners. We are on track to doing more big things. Our manager's the best manager in world football. We've got a world-class signing in Romelu Lukaku. The final piece to our puzzle. I mean, everything's flipping fantastic. We are loving life. So I can't wait for us to start this Premier League season. Crystal Palace, I'm sorry, Patrick Vieira and co, but you guys might have to be the first victim. Now, I don't want to talk too arrogantly. Right, let me check the ego at the door for a sec, because we got to give a little bit of respect. We can't be, too big for our boots. Let's put things into perspective. Yes, we've got a fantastic team. Yes, we've got our new signing. Yes, we are European champions. The confidence is sky high. We've just won a trophy. The buzz in the team is fantastic. The atmosphere, the chemistry is through the roof. We are loving life right now. But we got to be consistent. If we want a chance of winning this Premier League title and to snatch it away from Manchester City, we have to be consistent. And by being consistent, it means winning games like this one tomorrow against Crystal Palace. The games that come on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, against the mid-table teams. Those are the ones you got to watch out for, because if you lose points there, you're in trouble. You ain't winning anything. You got to win those games. Simple. So it starts tomorrow for us. Now, in terms of team news, Thomas Tuchel gave the press conference and did give us an update. Ziyech is out, as predicted, obviously, because he left the flipping Super Cup with his arm in a sling. However, it's good news. It's good news, and thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. It looks like that he could be out for just about 2 weeks. Tops. There's no surgery that's required. Everything looks like it's okay. He's just a little bit injured. It will take a couple of weeks and then he'll be back in the squad. So fantastic. I'm glad he's not out for that. I was scared. I was honestly scared it could be 6 to 12 weeks. I didn't want to say, but deep down I was worried he could be out for 3 months. Thankfully, it's only 2 weeks. So yeah. Apart from that, N'Golo Kante has picked up a little issue, but I guess it's just because of the strain that he put in the Super Cup. Nothing serious. He's a doubt. But because he's a doubt, we know how this ends. We saw this last season with Thomas Tuchel. When Kante's in doubt, he's out. He doesn't play, basically. Why? Because you want to protect him. And this is a big, 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 big red flag. It's a red flag. We need a midfielder. I'm sorry, like now we need a midfielder. Kante, all of that, great. That's on the shelf, cool. Looks like it's happening, fantastic. It's not a big necessity. It's not necessary. We don't need a Kante, especially with Chalobah and the way he performed in the Super Cup. Fantastic. But let's put that on the shelf. We need a midfielder because Gilmour's on loan. Right now, as it stands, if Kante's got an issue and he's not playing, we've only got Kovacic and Jorginho. And then who are we going to call up if something happens to one of them? Loftus-Cheek? He can't play as a deep... well, he could. I don't know if Tuchel can convert him and work his magic. Maybe. Bakayoko? Drinkwater? Are we going to rely on... No, we're not. No. Ampadu? Are we going to throw him in? Maybe? There's too many questions. We need a midfielder. Simple. We need to sort this situation out. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think Kante will play. I don't think he'll play. So, yeah. Now, in terms of Crystal Palace, Mark Gurhey is eligible, obviously, because we've sold him. He's now a Crystal Palace man. So he'll be coming back to Stamford Bridge. And funnily enough, he'll be playing his first Premier League senior game, right? His first senior Premier League game at Stamford Bridge, but as a Crystal Palace player. So that didn't go to his plan. But hey, he's now got senior first team football, so it's going to be very interesting to see what he does. Zaha is expected fit. Everyone else is expected fit, to be honest. So I'm expecting a full Palace team with Patrick Vieira at the helm. We don't know what they're going to do. I can't tell you how they play. I can't tell you, what system they're going to use. I don't know. I really don't know. Palace under Vieira, no one's seen it before. So we're going to have to wait and see. Tuchel, though, is very familiar with French football. And Patrick Vieira and what he done over at Nice, I'm sure Tuchel's completely aware. Him and his data guys, I'm sure, have got everything ready. They've all done their homework. They probably have signs and know what to expect somewhat from Patrick Vieira and a Vieira team. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Now, let's get into the starting 11 and what I think Thomas Tuchel's going to go with. I'm going to put this based on what I think is best, based on the injuries, based on the Super Cup, and what I think is just best for tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So let's get into it. Right, we'll start off with the goalkeeping department, and I think it's safe to say, as much as all of us would happily have Kepa back in goal, it's not going to be Kepa, it's going to be Edouard Mendy. I think that's logical. Unless if we've got a penalty shootout happening anytime soon, we'll bring Kepa on. But Kepa's won the trust, absolutely, and I think he will be involved in some games at least this season, so we'll see. But Mendy back in goal. Back three, and I think we're going to go with Azpi, Thiago Silva, and Antonio Rudiger. Now, we haven't seen Thiago Silva back yet, so I'm a little bit hesitant here. I don't know how fit he is, but I'm basing it on the fact that he's fit. If he's fit, he starts, surely. Especially in the middle. If he's not, we play Christensen, and I'm totally cool with that. I was going to pick Christensen, but then I thought, if Thiago Silva's not got a problem, and he's fully fit and he's ready to go, he plays. So that's my only logic. Azpi came on in the Super Cup and done very well, and I think we're going to start transitioning back into the first 11, the proper first 11, which we know Zuma's not going to be a part of. Chalobah, he's not going to be playing a Premier League game immediately after 120 minutes in the Super Cup. He's not going to do that. So Azpi, I think he's there. Rudiger, I think he's the main man. As far as I'm concerned, in our defence, in centre-back, he's the main man. So he has to play. And I think, hopefully he's fully fit and hopefully he's not affected because of the Super Cup. Now, bearing that game in mind and the fact of the players that played 120 minutes, Marcos Alonso did. So it'd be crazy for him to play this one. And I think for that reason, we're going to see Ben Chilwell. Now, similar boat to Thiago Silva. We haven't seen Chilwell play yet. But even for England, Chilwell didn't play. He was training, but he didn't play any minute of the Euros. He had a late holiday, and that's probably why he's not been playing any friendlies, because he's had a holiday, and you've got to recover from a holiday. You've got to get your body back to that peak level of fitness. A holiday's a holiday. Don't care if you played the Euros or not. You've had a holiday, and that's not good. For the body, for peak level, it's not good. You need to, train and get back to peak performance. So Chilwell, if he's back at that level, he starts. If not, maybe Emerson, because Emerson's ready to go. But I don't think Marcos Alonso will play. Now, bear that in mind. On the right-hand side, Reece James could be called upon. It's difficult. But bearing this in mind and how we should play, I think we should go a little bit more attacking. And this is why I haven't selected Reece James. I think against Crystal Palace, we should try and exploit I doubt they're going to sit back, and I think this is probably a license for us to try and attack, and there's going to be spaces to get in behind, and that's why I'm picking Hudson-Odoi. I'm picking Hudson-Odoi at least to start off with. Let's have a bit of an attacking flair, and then we can bring Reece James on later in the game. But that's just the way that I would do it. I wouldn't be surprised if Reece James does actually start though. So we'll see. But that is how I would start the wing backs. In midfield, it's clear as day. It's clear as day that we are going to be going with Jorginho, and we're going to be going with Mateo Kovacic. Has to be, because Kante is probably, more than likely, going to be unavailable. So Jorginho, Kovacic are the two to go to. Kovacic played 120, and this is why I would have loved if Kante was around, because I'd play Jorginho, Kante. I hope Kovacic doesn't get tired, fingers crossed. So he has to play. Unfortunately, he has to play. So that's what I would go with. Now, in terms of the front three, I would pick Kai Havertz. Now, hear me out. Any day of the week, I'd pick Kai Havertz, but not tomorrow. And in the Super Cup, and you guys saw it in the watch-along, I was saying, he's dead. He's dead. He can't play anymore. His legs are gone. He can't run. He's finished. You can't go from that and then 2 days later, 3 days later, play the first Premier League game of the season. It's too intense. Unless if he's fit, unless if he's recovered in 2 days. If he's recovered in 2 days, I'll be surprised. Just saying. I'll be surprised. So based on that, I wouldn't go with Havertz. I would go with Pulisic, and I would go with Mason Mount, and I'll even tell you, would have to go Timo Werner up front. Now, those guys can interchange. Pulisic can try and provide a supporting role to Timo Werner. They can link up. Mason Mount can even get intertwined with them. We'll see. But it's not ideal, because Timo Werner is the front man. We know, especially against Palace, are they going to sit back? If they do, that's not good for Timo. If they don't, that's great for Timo. Just saying. So we'll have to wait and see. But I would go with Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, Timo Werner. I would. But I just think Havertz is not going to be fit enough. I just think he was dead. And just my personal opinion, to throw him into a game like this, where 3 points to get off to a good start are crucial, maybe a bit too much. Maybe he comes on. You know, if he's ready to go, he comes on. Now, Tuchel didn't say he's injured. Tuchel didn't say anything about Kai Havertz. So I'm assuming he's ready for selection. He's ready to go. But fitness is fitness. And especially pre-season, it's difficult. Your body's not up to scratch yet. You play 120 minutes in the Super Cup. Then you've got to play a Premier League game. It's difficult. And this is why I'm hesitant on Kovacic. I'm hesitant on him. But he has to play. There's no one else. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. But that would be my starting 11. And let me know what you think in the comments about this. Now, in regards to a score prediction. Okay. My last score prediction went left. I said 3-0 Chelsea, 1-1 penalty shootout. It didn't happen. So, I am going to go with Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 0. I'm going to go with that. Comfortable. Little win. No goals conceded. Nice start. Basically, that's what I'm going with. Who's going to score? I don't know. And I don't care. I just want Chelsea to win. Simple as that. So, yeah, that's my honest prediction. Let me know what you think in the comments. What are your score predictions? What are your starting 11s? How would you manage the Super Cup game with tomorrow? Are there any details that I've missed out? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to join the Fantasy League, the YTF League. Link in the description. Hit that now. And, yeah, like the video if you've enjoyed. And I'll see all of you tomorrow for the watch along, and after the watch along, the match review, as we are back on schedule now. So I'll see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.